So today we're going to be talking about directness in emails, whether you should be direct, so say things very clearly and be like an arrow, come straight to the point, or be indirect, where you go round a little ways and you soften things. You don't say them straight as an arrow. So the first things to consider, what are some things to consider when you can be direct or indirect? If you're making a request, is the request routine? Like a meeting that you have every week? Or is the request non-routine? You're suggesting an extra meeting and you might be suggesting it on a Friday afternoon when it's not really acceptable. If you're making a suggestion, you would be direct if the suggestion was something that was very acceptable. Maybe you need a new photocopying machine, Xerox machine in the office, and you are making a suggestion about that Xerox machine. Or it might be if it's something that's uncertain and you're not sure if it would be acceptable, you would be more indirect. For example, you might be asking the company to pay for all your professional development. You're not sure if it would be acceptable. If you were giving an opinion, if you were giving a positive opinion, something that was very, oh, that's great, that's fantastic, you can be very direct. But if you were giving a negative opinion, you didn't think so highly of somebody's suggestion, or you didn't think well of somebody's work, and you were giving a negative opinion, you might want to be more indirect. You might want to be softer in the way you say things. For news, if you were giving good news, you can be very clear, very direct. Fantastic news! We're getting a new copy machine. Or if you're giving bad news, very bad sales figures at this point, we're not quite certain. You would be more indirect. So what are some of the ways that you can be direct and indirect? One of the ways that you can be indirect is to ask yes/no questions. Direct would be a complete, let's meet for coffee. But if you want to be more indirect, you're not sure if the person wants to meet for coffee. You would say, do you want to meet for coffee? So it's more of a question. In direct, you may use the present tense. I wonder if you can attend the conference. But if you wanted to be indirect, you may look at using past tenses. I was wondering if you could attend the conference. You're using more words, you're being softer. In being direct, you might use the active tense. You didn't tell me about the meeting. So you're actually speaking very directly to the person and you're almost accusing them. But if you wanted to be indirect, you would use the passive tense. I wasn't told about the meeting. You're not saying who didn't tell you. And then you might use softeners. So direct would be, I will be late. But softeners, you put in a might. I might be a little late. You put in some extra words. And then indirect language tends to be longer. So direct can be, can you give me the report by 5 p.m. please? But indirect language, you would say, is it possible for you to give me the report by 5 p.m. please? Okay, I hope that's helpful. Bye for now.